Hello, this is the presentation for Text Markup 2. This is just going to be going over the slides. You might want to check Google Classroom for a short, maybe guide, video, demo, whatever it is it may be. So we're going to go over how to add lists to our website. And a list is an HTML component that allows you to make organized lists. So to this point, maybe you want to pause the video, take some notes. Again, pause and take notes in Google Keep as I'm going along. So to make an on-ordered list, our on-ordered list element consists of an opening and closing UL tag. So one that has no particular order, it just has the bullet. So it's a bulleted list. Now you can change the bullets to little diamonds, squares, etc., but it's not in any particular order. After that, you have the ordered list. So again, OL. So it is a list that has a set order. You can use numbers, letters, or Roman numerals. So we use UL for unordered and OL for an ordered list. So I think an unordered list might be a list of items you pick up at a grocery store, and an ordered list might be something like instructions for a science lab. Next up, the vocab you need to know is list item. It's needed for every bullet point on your list. So you're going to have a lot of these elements in your code, the more lists you have. And it looks like this. So it consists of an LI. So each of these, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 5 list items, meaning each line has an opening and closing LI tag or LI element. On the screen, I'm just showing you the opening tag. Each line would also have a / with an LI as well. Next up, I'm going to teach you how to modify the font. We went over how to format the font. So this is going to be things like element and attribute combinations that allow you to style the text, like color, like font size, and like font family. So font style, not font formatting, which we went over in Text Markup 1. So the font element, it's used to surround font you want to modify. So if you want to modify a sentence in a paragraph, you'd put the opening and closing font tag around that sentence. If you wanted the whole paragraph, you'd put the opening font tag before the paragraph and the closing font tag after the paragraph. So, attributes. Remember back to the first lesson where we learned about the element attribute pairing. So each attribute has an attribute name and an attribute value. So these are the 3 things you can modify with the font tag. These are the 3 font attributes. These are the 3 attribute names, and we're going to learn about values in a second. So here's how you would modify the hello world at the top right to look like how it looks. So half blue, half white. The default right now, let's say, is half white. So you would add the font element, right, with our opening and closing tag, and then the attribute. So let me point to the attribute for you. So this right here is the attribute name, okay? And this right here is the attribute value. The attribute value goes in quotes, and when we're working with colors in web design, all colors can be arranged in a hex value, which is a 6-digit color code. Now, I'm going to give you a little widget, I'll call it, that you can pick from a color wheel, and it'll give you the 6-digit code. So name value equals color. Okay? So again, this is our element. This is our opening tag, and our opening tag consists of element and the the element and the attribute name and the attribute value. Then we close where we want that style to end. Next up, we have the size attribute. All attributes work the same. So we have the element, and then we have the attribute name value combination. So that code on the left would kind of output the code on the top right, where hello is a little bit bigger than the word world. So the px is the pixel. It is the unit of measurements for a computer, right? So like when you're on a Google Doc, most of your default font size is 12 pixels. Next up, you have the font face attribute. So think like the actual literal word of font, how you would use it in a document. So this changes what the font looks like. So again, you have font, the element, and then you have face equals, so face being the attribute, equals the attribute value that is in quotes. So the trick is be sure to use web-safe fonts. I'll get into that later. I'll probably provide you a list of web-safe fonts for this assignment, but feel free to explore other web-safe fonts on your own. So you could have multiple attributes, right? This is kind of where it can get a little tricky. You don't need to make, so say you want to have 3 font changes for one word, you wouldn't need 3 opening font tags and 3 closing tags. You would just need 3 attribute value combinations. So if you look here, we have 1 opening tag and 1 closing tag. But we have 1 attribute value combination, another attribute value combination, and a 3rd value attribute combination, all to get that text to look like what it does at the bottom. You can have an infinite number of attributes inside 1 opening tag. And it's important to remember that attribute value combinations only go in the opening tag. Notice how every closing tag, right here, nothing. It just closes the element and keeps the content in between. Then you have background color. You'll notice some web pages change their color from the white that you've used so far already. To do that, we add an attribute value combination to the beginning of our body tag. So our opening body tag has the attribute BG color, and it's color, so we make the attribute value that hex digit color. So this color would turn your entire web page blue. So now I believe this is it. If we were in person, you could ask me 3 questions. There'll likely be a short video attached to either the comments or the Google Classroom post that goes through a little demo if you want to work on it in CodePen. If you're confused, it's going to be a minute-long video. You should go through it. You should try it on CodePen. What do you have to lose besides maybe 2 minutes of your time? Thanks for watching. Bye.